Wow. We actually have one of them with us here. Chris Tate is 20 years old. And Chris, how long were you in foster care for?
I was in foster care for about, I'd say since I was 3 till I was 19.
And how many different homes did you live in?
Oh, I unfortunately didn't keep track, but a lot.
You're telling me so many that you can't really put your finger on a number?
No, I would estimate it high 40s maybe.
Wow.
Yeah.
And did you ever come close to being adopted by a family?
I came close to being adopted twice. I think they were just both different situations, and either one of them has their own story. I mean, there's a lot I could say. So.
But Chris, you were just a kid, and what did that feel like for you, coming so close to becoming a part of a family and then having it fall apart?
I think just becoming that close to being a part of a family is definitely heartbreaking. I don't have to sugarcoat it. I mean, it's hard, like growing up in foster care for anybody, not just young or old. I think just having to move around a lot is not easy, and yeah, both times when I got adopted, once when I was real young, so I didn't know too much about it. And the second time I think I knew more about it because I was 16, and it was just it was difficult, definitely, and it's just situations sometimes works out, and 1% of the time it doesn't, and I unfortunately was that 1%. So.
Well, I appreciate you coming here with us today to talk about it. And Catherine, I'm sure Chris's story, unfortunately, is probably all too common.
Mm. Mm. True story.
Yeah. Well, Chris is nodding his head saying...
Yeah. No.
Oh, tell us your story then, Chris. You were nodding your head.
Yeah, no, I think as soon as AFA came in probably when I was around 17, and they started the Youth Speak Out group, which I got involved in, and it helped me learn more about adoption. I think more kids need that opportunity for sure. More foster kids and kids who are just in temporary living situations, even because permanency is like a metal structure, as I like to imagine it. And when you're in foster care, it's kind of like a flimsy plastic, and that's the way I look at it. It's like you don't have any stability, like mentally or physically, and it.
So nobody ever talked to you, is that right? Well, Catherine said that did your social worker ever discuss with you what was going on?
It was discussed with me when I was young, but I didn't understand. I think when I was about 11. I mean, who gets anything at 11 years old, right? And then when I was 16 and I knew a little bit more, but not a lot. I think it was the way I was approached about it. It was very, I didn't have a choice.
What do you mean?
I guess what I mean is that
they just kind of gave you here's your situation.
They kind of dropped it on me. They're like, this lady wants to adopt you, and she's adopting your brothers, and it would be really good for you. And they never really asked me. They were more telling me. I think it was just the way they approached it.
Chris, how did you manage to sort of keep your wits about you, and you seem so self-assured. I'm sure people listening to you go, wow, he sounds great for somebody who was really bounced around and didn't have a chance to put down roots.
I mean, a big thing in my life has been self-expression, and I think just being able to write about it, and being an up-and-coming recording artist, I've been able to sort of express myself through my words. And
you're not bitter about what the system put you through, or what? They cut you loose at 19 too.
Yeah, no, there's I think there's a lot of frustration I still have towards I guess I could just say the government. But just it sucks. It sucks to be kicked out at 19. There's no good way of looking at it. I mean, what normal 19-year-old gets kicked out, you know what I mean? And has to live on their own, has to feed and clothe themselves, and you got to learn all this stuff by yourself. And you know, they don't help you out at all. As soon as you're 19, you're off, you're done, and that's the end of the story. And I think, you know, if I was adopted, things would have been a lot easier. I would have had that support in place, and I would have definitely not have been, you know, I think I just would have been more secure with myself too.
Catherine, yeah.
40%, yeah, that's exactly right. Yes. Mm.
Wow. So, Catherine, when is this series going to air? Give us all the details. So it starts tonight.
Sweet.
So was this a difficult story for you to tell as well? I mean, these obviously, you know, you want to be able to do something, and in this case, this seems like this is just the way the system is. Like, why not? Yeah, did that question ever come up in the series? Is it why don't people consider older children?
Mm. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of a big deal.
Chris has a great sense of humor about this too. Catherine, yeah, he is.
Adopt me.
His
Check that
t-shirt
out.
says "Adopt Me" in big letters on it. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Catherine, thanks for telling us all about this. I look forward to seeing that. It is starting tonight, as she mentioned, on the NewsHour on Global. And Chris, does it help you when you get out there and you talk to people about this?
Yeah, I think getting networking with people is definitely a big part of it. And I think when I do talk with more, like, not just other former youth, just youth in care, I think I myself, I try and make as many people as aware as possible, you know, not just through my music, but just networking with people. And I think a strong network that I have with me is the Federation of BC Youth in Care Networks, and yeah, I'm name dropping them.
And I can give them a shout out. Listen,
Nice.
I think you're doing a great job, and thanks so much for telling your story with us today.
Sweet.
That is Chris Tait. We'll be back with more after this.
You know.
Thank you, Chris. You did an awesome job. And listen, if you want that whole section, you go online to our website at CKNW.com, and you can get the podcast for that hour.
Oh, perfect.
And you'll be able to, like, do whatever you want with it, with that podcast, okay?
Okay.
Do you want to take a quick picture before you go?
Yeah, you don't mind that I filmed all this,
No,
do you?
no.
I just felt like last time I didn't.
But I don't know.
Okay.
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 Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I would love it.